transaction that has been receipted. Because the receipt can only come when you post the transaction, in Ebsrcm. Then we also compare it with what the bank is having in their statements. We put the two side by side. We want to see whether the transactions are as recorded in the bank statement is what we have. Two things are to be established when we are doing this. We want to be sure that Lagos State or Water Corporation, the money that the payer has made actually entered the account so that we can make use of it. Secondly, we don't want the customer as well not to get value for what he has paid for. Because when you go there during monitoring and you say, where is your receipt? And the customer cannot present anything, you'll be wondering you have not paid. So that is why we want to ensure that reconciliations are done regularly. We do it on a weekly basis, and in the worst scenario on a monthly basis. Two things are usually found out when we do such reconciliation. You see some transactions, they will be in the bank statements, they will not be in our database. The implication here is that the customer actually walked into the banking hall, made payment, the bank has credited their bank, they have posted it in their banking application, but the customer has not been receipted. That means they have not posted the transaction in Ebsrcm, which will automatically generate receipts to the customer. Sometimes they do give excuse of no network. And we do emphasize here that the application can run offline, whereby a temporary receipt can be issued. And when the network is restored, then the transaction will automatically save and the customer can get a permanent receipt. So once you have, so during reconciliation, that's one set of transaction. Another set of transaction we do find out is, we'll see them in the Ebsrcm database, they will not be in the bank statement. That means value has been given for transaction that has not been paid for. So what do we do with those two sets of transactions? We generate a correspondence to the bank. Identify the two sets of transactions. We instruct the bank for the first set of transactions, those transactions that are in the bank statement are not in the Ebsrcm. We instruct the bank to make sure they go so that the customer can have receipts. For the second set of transactions, we expressly instruct the bank to credit the affected account. After we have sent the letter, we usually expect response. The response could be, we have posted the transactions. When they have issues that these transactions that are in your database, they are errors. We want those errors to be proven beyond reasonable doubt. And in this case, we have actually involved water in treating such errors. We don't carry out any errors as claimed by bank without water involvement. We want them to see it and give their approval. Experience has shown us that such errors, claimed error, can be used to defraud governments. In the normal revenue of Lagos State, we have seen it, and we have evidences backing them up. GT Bank has credited Lagos State for land use charges to the tune of 5.6 million, Sterling Bank to the tune of 33 million. For transaction, they reported that they call it fictitious e-pay transaction. So this reconciliation helps us to track on time transactions that value can easily be given to if they are not detected on time. That is why in our own operation is one of the core things we do. We reconcile to be sure that, and we do it on time, even when banks are bringing letter. When the letter are taking long time, when they didn't bring it on time, we tell them we can't treat it any longer. When you have committed an error, we expected you to report the error within maximum 48 hours. So when it's coming later than that, we want to be sure the reason why it's coming later than that. That is why sometimes those who give approval at water will do month pressure on them. That this letter that you are keeping, working on for a long time, if they are not treated, the receipts to us is still with the customer.